Ever feel like you're trying to read a book with half the pages missing? You think you're doing everything right, but she's still upset. She says she's fine, but you know she's not. Here's the truth. Women have hidden weaknesses that most men never realize. And if you don't understand them, you'll always feel like you're playing a game with rules that keep changing. But here's where Stoicism gives you the edge. Instead of reacting emotionally or trying to fix her, you'll learn to navigate these challenges with calm, confidence, and self-control, qualities that make a man truly irresistible. Let's break down the 10 hidden female weaknesses you need to know right now. What if the real secret to her heart isn't grand gestures, but the quiet strength she can't resist? Picture this: you're 70, sitting on the porch swing, and she's fretting about the roof leaking again. 3 inches of rain last night didn't help. Most guys would jump to fix it or fuss right along with her, but not you. Women, even after all these years, crave a man steady as a 6-foot oak when life's storms hit. It's not the wild passion of your jukebox days she's after. It's the calm that says, "I've got you." Back in '65, maybe you faced a blizzard head-on. Now it's her worries you weather without blinking. Science backs it. Stability soothes the soul like a warm quilt in December. Stoicism's old wisdom kicks in here. Rule your own heart, not hers. When she's pacing about the kids 400 miles away, don't match her panic. Pour the coffee, nod, stay cool as a cucumber. That unshaken vibe. It's why she'll linger by your side, drawn to a guy who's a rock, not a reed. At our age, you're not chasing. You're standing firm, her safe harbor. If this rings true, share it with a buddy and subscribe. Wisdom's timeless. Why did that last seat at the Elvis concert in '57 feel like $1 million? Scarcity's got a grip that never quits, and women feel it deep, even now. She's not swooning for the fella camped out on her 4-acre lawn, ready with a yes before she asks. No, she's hooked on what's just out of reach, like that 10-pound bass you swear you nearly hauled from Lake Erie. Stoicism hands you the edge. Don't be the guy she can read like yesterday's paper. Ease back, skip that call tonight. Let her wonder if you're tuning up the old Dodge or jawing at the VFW. Studies say it plain, we chase what's rare, from a '62 Mustang to a man who's no pushover. At 65 or 80, you've got a life etched in decades, grandkids tugging your sleeve, that shed you've been fixing since Nixon's day. Don't spin your world around her, let her step into yours, curious as a cat. That flicker of he might not stick around sparks something primal, same as it did when gas was 30 cents a gallon. She'll chase the riddle, not the solved puzzle. You're not playing games, you're living your worth, and she feels it. If this strikes a chord, toss it to your pals and hit subscribe. A man who's scarce stays golden. Ever notice how a room hushes when the old rancher draws a single line? It's not just words, it's the weight behind them, and women feel it too, even at our age. You're 68, leaning on the counter at the diner, 5 feet of worn oak between you and her. She's not swooning for loud boasts or jittery chatter. She's caught by a deep, slow voice that rolls like a freight train through Kansas. Back in '62, maybe you hushed a crowd with a quiet "let's roll" before a harvest haul. Now it's that same steady timber that hooks her. Science says a low tone signals grit. Think John Wayne, not a nervous kid. Stoicism doubles down. It's your presence, not just your pipes. Stand tall, no slouch in that 6-foot frame. Eyes locked like you're sizing up a storm 10 miles out. Words measured as if each one's $1. She'll feel it before you finish your coffee. Drawn to a man who owns the air without raising a shout. Fidgeting or rushing. That's for the young bucks still green. At 65 plus, you've got the mileage to radiate calm power, no need to prove a thing. She'll lean in, hooked on that silent strength. If this stirs you, share it with a pal and subscribe. Real presence never ages. What if the fastest way to keep her close is to show you can leave? Sounds backward, but hear this. At 70, you're not the guy begging for a dance at the Legion Hall. Women, same as us, chase what they might lose. Like that last gallon of gas in 73 when lines stretched 2 miles. She doesn't want the fella who clings like a wet shirt. She's wired for the one who'd tip his hat and stroll off if the deal sours. Stoicism's got the map. Your worth isn't tied to her nod. Back in the day, maybe you walked from a bad job, $50 shy. Same steel works now. If she snaps about the TV remote or ghosts your call, don't chase polish that old Winchester or head to the lake 20 miles out. Psychology backs it. Loss lights a fire under folks. Most guys grovel when she pulls back, proving they're sunk without her. Not you. A seer, take care with a grin, says, I'm fine either way, and that flips the script. She'll stew, wondering why you're not sweating it, and suddenly you're the prize. At our age, you've earned the right to stand pat, not plead. That backbone, it's why she'll circle back. If this hits the mark, toss it to a buddy and subscribe. Walking away keeps you in the driver's seat. What if she's not after your pension, but the fire still burning in your eyes? At 67, you're not just a guy with a recliner, you've got a mission, and that's the real magnet. Women don't dream of a man whose world stops at her doorstep. They're pulled to one chasing something bigger, like you rebuilding that 59 Ford 10 feet from the garage, or teaching the grandkids to cast a line. Stoicism's old trick shines here. Live for your own compass, not hers. Back in 70, maybe you hauled lumber 300 miles to build a home. Same drive hooks her now. She sees a fella who's got purpose, pruning that 2-acre orchard or volunteering at the VFW, and it's like catnip. Most guys your age fade into routine, orbiting her like she's the prize. Flip that, let her peek into your world, not take it over. Science says focus breeds grit, and grit's a draw no money can match. When she asks about your day, don't just shrug. Say, been wrestling that engine all morning. She's purring now. That spark, it's why she'll linger. Hooked on a man who's still building something. At 65 plus, purpose isn't past tense, it's your ace. If this revs you up, share it with a pal and subscribe. A man with a mission never sits still. Ever wonder why spilling your guts can scare her off faster than a deer in headlights? At 72, you've got stories, some heavy, some gold, but it's how you share him that counts. Women crave a man who opens up just enough, like cracking a safe an inch at a time, not dumping the whole vault. Stoicism's got the reins. Show heart, but keep the reins tight. Maybe you mentioned that tough winter of 64, 20 inches of snow, and how you kept the family warm, then stop there. Don't whine about today's aches or fish for pity, she'll bolt. Back in the day you didn't cry over a busted axle 50 miles from home. You fixed it. Same rule now. Reveal scars, not sores. She'll feel special when you let her in, like handing her a key to a 5-acre spread she didn't expect. Most guys overdo it, unloading woes like a tipped wheelbarrow, and she's stuck playing nurse. Not you. A nod, a half smile. Yeah, lost a good dog once, still miss him, keeps it deep but steady. That balance, it's why she trusts you, drawn to strength that bends but never breaks. At our age, less is more. If this clicks, pass it to a friend and subscribe. Vulnerabilities' power lies in control. What if her little jabs aren't trouble, but a secret vote of confidence? At 69, you've seen it. She teases about your golf swing or shrugs off your call, testing if you'll buckle. Women don't poke just to rile you, they're sifting for steel, same as panning gold in 49. Stoicism's your shield, don't flinch, don't chase. Back when gas hit 40 cents a gallon, maybe she ribbed you about that 8-foot boat you swore was a keeper. You grinned, held your ground. Now if she snaps, you're late again, don't grovel, toss back. Had to wrestle the mower, it lost. She's not after a fight, she wants a man who stands 6 feet tall inside, not just out. Most guys crumble, whining or dodging, and she clocks it, respect gone. You stay cool as a November breeze, eyes steady, voice low. Studies say she's wired to test strength, not stir chaos. Pass it, and you're gold. Fail, and you're yesterday's news. At 65 plus, you've faced bigger storms than her mood. Treat it like a 10-mile hike, not a cliff. She'll ease up, drawn to the guy who doesn't blink. It's not about winning, it's proving you're unshakable. If this lands, share it with a buddy and subscribe. Tests aren't traps, they're your ticket to respect. What if a no could make her want you more? At 66, rejection stings less when you've dodged worse, like that draft notice in 68 you laughed off with a beer. Women melt for a man who shrugs it off like dust on a 5-mile road. Stoicism's got the grit. Her "not tonight" isn't a gut punch. It's a chance to shine. Most guys sulk or beg when she turns away, proving they're tethered to her nod. Not you. No worries, catch you later, with a nod and a stride out the door. Says you've got a life. Maybe that 3-acre plot needs tending. Psychology's clear, confidence in a brush-off flips the game. Back when you lost a bid on that 55 Chevy by $50, you didn't mope. You moved on. Same now, don't let her know, dim your lamp. She'll stew, wondering why you're not rattled. And that's the hook. At our age, you've earned the right to walk tall, not crawl. Her eyes'll follow the guy who doesn't need her yes to stand firm. If this fires you up, toss it to a pal and subscribe. Rejection's just a breeze, not a storm, when you own your worth. Why'd that half-told tale from 62 keep 'em guessing at the bar? At 71, you don't spill your whole saga over one coffee. Women chase the man they can't pin down, not the open diary. Stoicism's edge, don't lay every card on her 4-foot table. Back when you hauled freight 600 miles, maybe you dropped a line about a near-miss wreck, then clammed up. She'll dig for the rest. Now, if she asks about your day, don't rattle off every chore. Say fixed the gate, got a story there, and sip your drink. Most guys yap too fast, texting back in 5 seconds flat, spilling feelings like a tipped jug. You? Let her wonder if you're out chasing that 12-pound catfish or just napping in the shed. Science says curiosity's a drug, keeps her brain buzzing. At 65 plus, you've got decades to dole out slow, not shotgun. Skip the instant I miss you, wait a beat, keep her guessing. That what's he up to? Itch? It's why she'll linger, hooked on the riddle you are. You're not hiding, you're pacing the dance. If this sparks a light, share it with a friend and subscribe. Mystery's the bait that never fails. What if saying no to yourself makes her say yes to you? At 68, you're not the guy chasing every whim, like passing up that extra bourbon at the Legion Hall. Women can't resist a man who reins himself in, not ruled by the itch. Stoicism's gold, master your hunger, and you master the room. Back in 69, maybe you skipped a bar brawl 10 feet from your stool. Same steel wins now. She's not after the fella drooling for her nod or jumping at every text. She's drawn to the one who'd rather tune that 64 pickup than grovel. Science says self-control's rare. Most folks chase the quick fix. But you've got standards. A 5-acre life that doesn't bend for a fling. If she flirts, don't pounce, nod, smirk, let her stew. Most guys trip over lust or approval. You walk past, eyes on your own trail. That he doesn't need me vibe. It's why she'll trail you like a shadow. At our age, you've tamed bigger beasts than desire. Show it. Don't ditch your fishing trip 20 miles out for her call. She'll respect the man who picks his shots. If this rings a bell, share it with a pal and subscribe. Self-control's the crown that keeps them coming. So here we are, folks. 10 hidden weaknesses laid bare, from the steady hand that calms her storms to the quiet no that pulls her closer. This isn't just about attraction. It's about who you've become after 65, 70 or more. You're not the kid chasing skirts down Main Street. You're the man who's hauled life's load over 500 miles of rough road and still stands tall. I've watched these truths play out, from diner chats to dance hall glances, and I'll tell you straight, it works because it's real. Women don't need your wallet or your youth. They're drawn to the soul you've forged, the one that says, I've lived, I've learned, and I'm still here. My advice? Wear your years like a badge. Don't bend, don't chase, just be the oak she leans on. It's not a game, it's a gift, to her, to you. I've seen grizzled vets tear up sharing this wisdom with their sons. It's that kind of deep. Farewell for now from eternal Stoic man. Stay strong, stay true. Loved this? Drop a comment below. What's next on your mind? Let's keep this fire burning together.